Hello, welcome to BotchedCast episode 11. We are your hosts, the Jonko, and he's Death by Mint. Welcome.
Welcome indeed.
So, how's you going? How was your week?
Not bad. Not bad. So, a blight on humanity has migrated from this state to a southern state. Um,
Oh,
mhm. And
which state?
they um Massachusetts.
Oh, okay, so when you say southern, you mean like southern to you. Okay,
Southern of me.
yes. Okay. Not a state that is known as the South.
Right.
Yes, okay.
I don't mean the deep south, no.
Okay. I had to tell
I
them to
mean I
stop
mean
playing the
south
banjos.
I mean south. Oh. Oh. Okay. So that alone has made my week fantastic. Um, as you can see, my door is open because I no longer have to worry about that person going in my room
Mm?
and stealing shit from me. So pretty good. Other than that, my work has been as expected. Not great customers and also not great coworkers, minus a couple. But generally not bad. Not bad at all. How's the Jankle been?
Jackal's been alright. He's been busy. Um, I don't think I streamed this week at all. Uh,
You didn't.
yeah.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah.
How could you do this to me?
Not for the lack of trying, but, you
Mm.
know. Jackal has been good, though. He's, walking. Shit sucks.
Mm.
Doesn't pay enough. Same old, same old. Um,
It never does.
it never does.
But hey, maybe your minimum wage will get increased to $15 soon, and then your rent will go up because the general income has been increased. So
Ooh.
at least your problem will be different, but same. That
Except,
was a interview reference for those of you who don't know that.
oh, well,
Different, but same.
unfortunately, I'm still a tipped employee,
Hmm.
so my minimum wage will probably not change. But my rent will,
Hmm.
regardless. So I'll go from scraping by to homeless, but employed.
But employed, you'll be like a certain someone else I know who was homeless this entire year because they couldn't find a place to stay, but they were employed working at a restaurant 40 hours a week. Couldn't get a place to stay. America.
Fuck yeah.
Hmm.
Mhm. I don't remember if you
So have
asked.
fun.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know if you asked me this on stream or if this was off the air. You asked me about the Yakuza games, and to get you
That was
into it,
indeed off air.
that was off air. Well, so they just recently, well, they didn't recently come out, but in America it was localized. Yakuza 7, which is labeled. It's not actually called Yakuza 7 in
Is it like
America.
a dragon?
Yes, like a dragon. Um,
Okay.
apparently that game, you do not need to play any of the prior ones to get into. So if you want to, it's a jumping in point because it is a new protagonist. It is also a completely different gameplay.
Oh, okay.
It plays more like a turn-based RPG rather than the yeah, I know, change, but um, apparently it's working. A lot of the people
So
who
is this Middle Earth on the PS2? Lord of the Rings turn-based RPG on the PS2.
Uh,
Disregard that.
okay. Um, but yeah, new
Cultured
protagonist.
swine.
Yeah, I know. Um, but yeah, the original, well, not original, but all the other Yakuza games have been, beat 'em ups. No, brawler. I don't fucking know.
I think brawler from what I
Yeah.
witnessed.
Um.
Erotic brawler, depending on if the police get involved.
So imagine Jotaro
Mhm.
as the protagonist. Stoic, silent type.
Oh, he's
Um.
stoic. Okay.
Yeah. But
Okay.
he has a goofy side. So
Mm.
um, they're very story-driven games. The a lot of cutscenes.
It's
Um,
Capcom that makes it, right? It seems like a very
Sega,
Capcom game. Really?
yes.
Okay.
Which is why everyone. This will be a,
Perhaps I just should replace that with Japanese. It just
yeah,
seems like a very Japanese game.
this will be
Because
could
it
work
is.
as a segue to a different topic, but I'm not going
Okay.
to get into it yet. But a lot of people who play this Yakuza games want that development team to completely take over Sonic Team, so that we can get a decent Sonic game
Hmm.
for the first time in 2 decades.
Isn't there a new one coming out soon?
Probably won't be good.
If I recall correctly, they hired some new lead devs for the game.
Good. They need it.
And if it works anything like Halo, shortly after hiring those no lead devs, they're gonna fire them or they're gonna leave and be replaced with the old devs that used to work on the game.
But yeah. So Yakuza, it's a game that takes itself seriously until it doesn't.
Hmm.
So it has very serious tones, and um, it's Japanese mafia, so in what you would have to deal with that, and then you're dealing with that, and then you walk into a bunch of hoodlums who are like drunk and you know whatever, and then run into a British guy who doesn't know how to speak Japanese correctly and says his friend's a fisting artist, you know.
That
Or
seems to be a huge trope in, I'd say, like Japanese media, both games and shows. I'm specifically referring to like anime, of non-native Japanese speakers botching horribly what they're trying to say. Most times it is voiced in English,
which is also in this
and
game, yes.
yes, I noticed that's a common trope.
Trope.
Trope, is that the word?
Yeah,
Trope, is
trope.
that the word I'm looking for?
Trope.
That happens in their media.
Yes. Because who doesn't love English?
English,
Yes.
yes.
Um.
Much well, such English.
Yes. But if you were to get into the Yakuza games, be forewarned. Each one is packed full of content. They are huge games with a bunch of mini quests, or yes, side quests and mini games. Uh, just lot of stuff going on in each one of them.
I'll tell you what, I have my own segue that I'm only going to dip into for 1 second. I can dip into that because if I'm not mistaken, it's on the Xbox Game Pass, and you can join now for $1 a month
You could
for
do
your
that.
first month.
You could
So
do
if I
that.
wanted to, I could try the game for $1
Yeah.
and play the whole thing
Which one?
like a dragon.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if you want.
So maybe it will. Who
Yeah,
knows?
maybe.
I'll verify that to see if that was actually the case. But
Mm.
I mean, I could try it.
Yeah, you could.
Maybe I'll try it.
I have heard good things about it though. I haven't played that one specifically. So, but yeah, they're good games. There's a reason there's 7 of them. Well, apparently there's like 13 of them, but there's a reason there's a lot of them.
Mhm.
But yeah, if you don't mind, I'd like to take a moment for a quick infomercial for all of the men in the
Sure.
audience, if you don't mind.
Okay.
So, if there are any men in the audience that are suffering from eh, how do I want to do this? Yes, if there are any of you who are suffering from erectile dysfunction, all you need to do is take a syringe and just inject Sonic the Hedgehog into your penis.
But I already come fast enough. I don't need to go any faster.
So I'm going to send you something in Discord
I don't know if I want. I don't know if I want to see it.
because
No, let me rephrase that. I know I don't want to see this.
here's the thing.
But you're going to show me
Here's
anyways.
the thing. I don't know if you're aware
Gotta come fast.
that I don't know if you're aware that there is a an enzyme that was named after Sonic the Hedgehog at some point.
It's a protein that in humans is encoded by the SH gene. It is the best studied ligand of the hedgehog signaling pathways.
Yes.
Oh, they
Short,
desert.
long story
Oh
short,
boy.
they discovered an enzyme and they decided, hey, let's name it Sonic because memes, I guess. Well, it's come back to bite them because it has been found that people with erectile dysfunction have a lack of the Sonic Hedgehog enzyme. So, imagine being sat down in a hospital, a doctor's office, with your significant other, and the doctor says, "Well, you can't get it up because you don't have enough Sonic the Hedgehog. You have erectile dysfunction. I'm sorry, you don't have enough Sonic the Hedgehog."
And then the wife says, "So if you inject this into his penis, is he going to have even worse?" I'm not sure if I should tread this territory.
There's you haven't watched enough Sonic OC hentai. You need more in your.
Oh, I've seen plenty of it with Mario. I've seen that GIF. I get it because it's an old thing we did on like 8 podcasts ago. Gotta get everybody. It's funny. So anyway,
On that same Wikipedia article, if you scroll down far enough, you'll find that there's an inhibitor for it, which they have called robotnicism, or something like that.
something tells me this is. Now that you said it, it has to be fake.
Robotnik.
It's Wikipedia, first of all, and second of all, I mean, come on. Come on.
Okay, let's get off Wikipedia then, shall we?
Oh boy. I don't want to be proven. I don't want this to be real.
Medlineplus.gov. The SHH gene, Sonic Hedgehog. The SHH gene provides instructions for making a protein called Sonic Hedgehog. This protein functions as a chemical signal that is essential for embryonic development. Sonic Hedgehog plays a role in cell growth, cell specialization, and the normal shaping, patterning, of the body. The protein is important for development of the brain and spinal cord, central nervous system, eyes, limbs, and many other parts of the body. Once again, this is medlineplus.gov. Let's see here. ncbi.nlm.nih.gov. There's a couple of .orgs in here. Are you happy with humanity yet?
No. In fact, I'm devastated. So, can we end the stream? I want to go to bed.
You want to get more Sonic the Hedgehog in you?
My face hurts. I feel like the need to just rip my face off right now. Perhaps I don't have enough Sonic in me. But you should have some Sonic in you too. Why?
I don't know, but a less hilarious and coarse subject while looking at it. I saw that there was a link to something called another enzyme that was named after Pikachu, which apparently helps with the eyes or something. I don't know. I didn't look too much into it. You gotta stop naming things after video game and cartoon characters and stuff like that. Cause just again, imagine a doctor having to explain that, yeah, you're dying because you have fucking uh squirrel disease. Sorry. You got a couple of
That's why you're leaking and you can't stop it. It's because you got Squirtle the disease.
You got too many Jigglypuffs in your Ditto. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I mean, I was having a good day until, I was having a good week even for once until you mentioned this. So thank you. I hate it.
You got Bowser in your fucking Sly Cooper, man. I'm sorry. You're not gonna make it.
I mean, I knew things were taking a turn for the worse when Bowser was the head of Nintendo. And in his acceptance video of being the president, reprising the position of president of Nintendo, he had 2 stuffed toys of Mario and Luigi tied up on his shelf behind him. I knew it. Everything was taking a turn for the worse when Harambe died. Anyways, I mean, statistically speaking, right? If you look at all the horrible things that happened within a 10-year span before Harambe died versus after Harambe dying, that was the turning point of this planet.
Yeah. Let's go back to 9/11.
Mm-hmm. 9/11 was over 10 years before Harambe died. Anyways,
yes, which was again still wasn't your sentence you before
10 years of.
Oh, wait, what? When did Harambe die?
Like 2018.
Holy fuck.
9/11 didn't happen in 2008.
No, I know. It happened in 2001. Harambe died in... Okay.
We're not off to a good start after Harambe died to this new decade. I'm just saying. We're not off to a good start.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Moving on to our near demise. After the fabric of our galaxy has been torn apart and ripped from our hands, from our clutches, that being Harambe himself, the fabric of everything. Other than, of course, Jankel. Jankel, if he's the fabric, Jankel is the thing that made the fabric. Jankel is everything. Destruction. Because in order to have life, you have to have destruction. It's true. Speaking of destruction, I'm not sure if you're ready to see this. Oh yeah?
Is this something you wanted me to show on the stream now?
Mm. Okay. So this is it's actually not bad, right? It's not a malicious link. I just wanted to show off a feature.
I wanted to talk to you about this actually, so I will actually.
Okay. Even though it has a game I don't care about at all, but it has the potential for a lot of things.
It does.
And this is an early example of it.
Which is why.
With that being said, it is awfully disappointing that only one console offers this.
Yes. Now,
which means
We'll
it's not going to take off.
discuss
But
it after the fact once we,
mhm.
because I did want to talk to you about this. Oh, and that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted this. That's what I thought I clicked on. Go ahead and just, because, well, actually, let me do this.
Don't cover Jankel.
Yeah, don't cover Jankel, but yeah, fuck us. Fuck us.
Yeah, fuck us, but don't cover Jankel.
Yeah.
You're covering Jankel.
No, I'm not. Oh, no,
You're covering one of them.
Eh.
Lower it, you son of a bitch.
Yes, actually. No, not Jankel. Wait.
The Jankel on the top left.
Yes, but now you're being visible. Oh, well.
Well, it's okay if I'm visible. Just don't cover Jankel. Never cover Jankel. I'm not sure they can hear the audio. It doesn't sound like it.
It's coming through the same audio as you.
Definitely not coming through. Or is it? No, it is. Okay.
Well, you keep talking as soon as it doesn't.
You should use the scrubber and try to find the handgun. I think it's coming up shortly anyways. Yes, look at that. So that's crazy, right?
Yeah. So that would be the haptic feedback, which is apparently exclusive to the PS5 controllers.
Mm-hmm.
I actually was considering, because again it's going to be a while before I think either one of us, I know me especially, gets one of the new consoles.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a point in time when I was considering getting a new controller, specifically the Xbox Elite. But now that I've seen this, because there is a possibility that it could work on PC games as well. But what that doesn't show, but that being cool, that's fucking awesome. That pull gun, that it's it adds a force to it, so you have to actually, and all that. There's also, it's not just like vibrating the controller. It actually has like, I forget what it is, but a speakers. I think it's actually like speakers up and down. So like in Demon Souls, now I don't know if you've heard about this. If you backstab someone in Demon Souls, the controller will start vibrating from the top and then go down the controller. As if, like...
As if you had stabbed something and you feel the vibration of, or the force
Yes,
of the weapon
and,
in your hand.
if you cast a spell, I think it goes like the opposite way. Like everything, like it has different, like it's not just a flat vibrating.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's different strength to it, then it fucking moves and shit.
Now, keep in mind, everybody, when you do eventually next year are able to get a PS5, maybe even in 2022, even you'll be able to get a PS5.
Because
make sure you keep a PS4 controller handy for when you rage at Call of Duty, so you don't break your $80 controller. Because I have a good feeling that with all the moving parts inside this controller, it's not going to last long. I'll be honest with you. I have a good feeling that's not going to happen.
Especially if you throw it.
I mean, even like regardless of that, like just if like me with my controllers, I've never spiked my Xbox controller. I have one that I do spike because it's already broken from me just using it. That's my Rage controller, which I've only ever used on For Honor, ironically. I haven't even used on Dark Souls on any of the bosses. Not once. But For Honor, different case. Speaking of games that don't suck, Demon Souls, right?
Mm.
I'm told that the game once considered, or the developers once considered, an easy mode for the game. But due to time constraints, they had to. Well, no, it was time constraints because they couldn't figure out how to rebalance the game with that. It was like a whole fucking thing with them. Because of course, it's Blue Point, the guys that did the remaster of what's that game called? The one you had me play with the giants.
Oh, Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
The same guys that remade
yeah.
Demon Souls.
Blue Point basically are the people
Yeah.
who go way up and beyond above what needs to be done with a remaster. Like if you want something remastered, give it to Blue Point.
Typically, yes.
Yeah.
I can't think of one bad example from them.
Yeah. Yes. So, and see the thing about the Soul series is it doesn't need an easy mode. It doesn't. Like,
You
I'm
just
not just
need to get good.
yeah. Yes. One, the meme. Yes, get good. Just get good. But seriously, like it's like learn from your mistakes. Like on all.
But I don't want you. I want you to change the game for me, specifically. I don't want to get good. I just want you to hand me the victory.
Then summon someone and they'll have them beat them.
No. Wrong. Make the final boss easier. In fact, make it all easier. I should like the demo of Demon Souls, be able to one-shot everything I see.
I mean, you can't make Gwyn any easier.
But why not?
He's fucking easy. You can parry him.
You should make the window for parrying so easy that any time before he actually hits you, you can parry his attack.
Okay. Equip the parrying dagger. There you go.
Wrong. No, I want the entire animation to be parryable.
Equip the parrying dagger.
That's not good enough.
I mean,
I want to be able to parry with anything I want. I just want him to die without me even throwing an attack.
Just download cheat engine. Just scavenge.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I want easy. I want easy, Jacob. Jungle. I mean, easy.
What the fuck what does easy mode entail, if not?
What is easy mode and what?
Entail? Like what describe easy mode to me.
A walking simulator.
Just get cheat engine.
But then you have to know how to use cheat engine, and that's not easy. I want people to plug the game in and win. And then take screenshots and post them for my 6 followers, of which 5 of them are bots. Jokes aside about stupid people I know from the Xbox community that I'm porting to the PlayStation community. Yeah, easy mode for the game. I also disagree with an easy mode being developed for the game. Yeah. I'm just being devil's advocate, and and facetiously so, of course. But what was that? Was it Final Fantasy that had an easy mode? It was meant for older gamers, like men in like their 40s and 50s, who wanted to play through the game to be able to go from point A to point B, being point A at the beginning and point B at the ending, without dying a whole bunch of times because they just can't figure it out. I think it was Final Fantasy, the most recent one that did that, right?
The remake?
Not the
15?
Not the remake. Like the actual newest one.
If it did, I don't remember.
The PS5 exclusive. By the way, the new one is PS5 exclusive.
Oh, 16? That hasn't
Yeah,
come out
I
yet.
was. Yeah, it has not come out yet,
Yeah. Okay.
but that is a PS5 exclusive for anyone who didn't know that. Speaking of exclusives, changing topics again. I think we might have talked about this like several podcasts ago, but I want more news on the Hogwarts RPG,
Oh
the
fuck yeah.
Harry Potter. I want more news on that. Like everyone this year, all these game developers have just gone so quiet on their projects. I mean, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna act like I know the process of game development, but I can't imagine that working from home on a computer would be any different than working at the office on a computer, minus for like audio people. Like that was one difficulty I hear from like people who work in that field of the game industry when they do the sound design for games. That was quite a challenge with the whole social distancing bullshit that you don't actually have to do. But yeah, that's a challenge for them. I don't see it being a challenge personally for just the developers, like the programmers. I don't see that. Do you?
Um, I mean, it depends on their own personal hardware, um, and whether or not they actually have, like, because obviously with a lot of programs in development, um, like you need a license to use them unless they're using their own, like,
Hmm.
self-made fucking like engines or um, development programs. And depending on what the license for those programs are, they might not have enough copies of the license to allow them to have their own personal one at home. But generally speaking, yeah, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Um, so I'm just looking up this Hogwarts Legacy and wondering if there is any new news on that because I did completely forget about it and I am
I
interested.
certainly have not. I've just not mentioned it because I mean, there's nothing to talk about that I've seen. I mean, I have not actively, but every now and then I search the name to see if there's anything that comes up, and nothing at all.
I don't know why there's so many people asking if it's going to be an MMO.
I guess that kind of makes sense. People would ask that,
Yeah, I mean
but
everything
I mean,
keeps saying single player, but I mean,
I think it was single player, but it definitely gave off the impression that it was an MMO because of all the nameless and
mhm.
not noticeable characters in the show
Well, I mean it takes
or
place
movie.
in the 1800s.
Right.
But yeah, there's no announcement on it. It says the initial release date is 2021, so we'll see. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
about that.
yeah.
Speaking
But
of
at
2020 release dates,
hmm?
or did you have something you wanted to say?
Just that I am looking forward to it, so I'll be blissfully waiting.
Speaking of blissfully waiting for a 2020 release date, we are now past the release date that 343 had sent for Halo Infinite, and still we know nothing about the game except for if you buy cookies or Monster, you get stuff for Halo. And that's all we know.
I
And we are
thought
past the release date for the game.
I thought you were going to talk about Cyberpunk again, but then you said Halo, and I was like, oh, okay.
No, no. I have to throw this in there because even the most devoted shills for, for 343 Industries on YouTube are all saying there's nothing to talk about. I'm not covering Halo until you give us something to talk about. You said you were not going to turtle up, followed by you turtling up because you don't want to deal with the backlash from the news that you didn't release yourself because we're finding out about this bullshit about this game through products. Where's the information? Tell the initial release date has gone and passed. I mean, the year's almost over, Bungie.
Yeah,
Not
but
Bungie, 343.
Halo 4's
And
on
I'm getting
PC now,
frustrated.
though. Halo 4, you can play Halo 4 on the
Yeah.
PC.
Look at that! Don't look here! Look at that!
You can
You like that? You played
infin
that like 7 years
you can
ago. Play it again.
infinitely play Halo on the PC on Halo 4 for infinite time. Halo Infinite.
Mm. There's battle passes in this game that will take you an infinite amount of time to complete, and that's if you like grind them and solely do the challenges. Screw your teammates over playing matchmaking who were trying to win the game because you needed an extra rocket kill to get a challenge done to get the battle pass rewards. So you team kill them and steal the rocket launcher, kill yourself with it because you're an idiot.
Oddly specific, but okay.
That was actually a completely made up story,
Okay.
but I could see that happening
Mm.
because similar things happen in other games where they give you specific challenges that you have to do on cooperative modes or PvP modes, that the way that those challenges are designed, you have to make a choice. Do you go for the win and help your teammates, or do you set that as a side objective while your main objective is to get this challenge done, which may or may not fuck your teammates over? Again, in an instance of stealing a rocket launcher, you're killing your teammate who has the rocket launcher, so you can have the rocket launcher, so you can get that sweet visor that like no one's gonna give a shit about, but you think everyone will give a shit about.
That reminds me of
That reminds me of quality stream as always. BotchedCast.
that reminds me of back when I was still a wee lad, and
Mm.
I played my first ever FPS. Is that true? Well, let's say that. First time online, let's say. Online
Mhm.
FPS. Don't even know the name of the game. I think it was a SOCOM. I don't know.
Was that online?
I don't know. All I
I
know,
love the Soda games on
whatever
PS2.
the game it was on PS3. I know it had no story mode. It was only an online game.
Mm.
I remember distinctly one of the only memories I have of playing it is you could spawn with an RPG.
Sounds good already.
Yes. Now I know one of the maps, depending on what side you spawn on. I think it's the terrorist side. Um, you spawn in your entire team spawns in one room, a very cramped room, and you're all facing the exit. So, I don't know why. Don't ask me. Again, it was probably because I was just a shit kid that was playing games online for the first time. Uh, Spawned with a rocket launcher and decided first thing as soon as we spawned in, run to the entrance, turn around, shoot that RPG into the room. You will wipe your entire team, and they will be mad at you. And if I remember,
Sounds a lot like modern gaming. You were ahead of the times. You were like way beyond everyone. Please continue.
I want to say, again, this could just be me misremembering. I want to say it was one of those game modes that if you die, that's it for the round. Like you don't respawn for the
A
rest
one
of.
life game mode. Okay.
Yeah. So
Did you get banned after doing that?
no, I never got banned from that game.
That's funny.
Fortunately, that was back when I had shit internet. It was so bad.
Internet in general, and especially where we live,
Yeah.
was it. One and is still shit, like your camera placement. Um, Podcast.
Continue.
I lost my train of thought. But speaking of train, the hype train's still going strong, everybody. Cyberpunk 2077 is coming out in 77 days. Just kidding. It's coming out December 10th. But if you decide to buy it, just know the game is probably going to not live up to anybody's expectations. However, if you set your expectations as long as it's better than anything else that came out this year, pretty good. So it has to beat Demon Souls, which is going to be a tough one. It has to beat Demon Souls. It has to beat the easily beatable Call of Duty. And I can't think of any other notable games that came out this year. Not even one.
I can't think of fucking anything that came out this year.
So it's not gonna. No matter what, it's gonna be pretty good by those standards, huh? Oh wait, no. How we were just talking about this before we went live. Age of Calamity.
Oh yeah, yeah. Which I want to pick up. I haven't yet.
I also want to pick that up, despite the fact that I have no money. Despite the fact that neither of us have money. But one thing I thought was pretty cool about Cyberpunk 2077 that I've done this for months, but I figure now would be a good time to advertise that feature. Is the game will have localized languages on your language. So, for instance, if a person is a Spanish speaker in the game, that person will speak Spanish and you will not know what that person's saying because there will not be any subtitles until you have a implant that teaches you Spanish.
Also, I'd like to correct your most egregious mistake, by the way. Ghost of Tsushima came out this year.
It did. It did come out this year. And I do love some sushi. So it has to beat sushi, which is that's a tough fucking ask. That's a tough ask. But it might happen. I mean, the unthinkable has already happened this winter. So who knows? We'll see what happens. Again, sushi is pretty good. And anyone who has a PlayStation and has not played sushi, do it. Do it. Close the stream right now.
Final Fantasy VII Remake came out this year.
Yeah. Anyways, sushi.
Yeah, sushi. Yeah.
I never played 7 as a kid, so I don't really give a shit about that game.
I
mean, it's nostalgia. Rose-tinted glasses for everyone who played it back then. They want to play the new one.
Yes, but here's the thing. Also, spoiler for this game if nobody's... The least spoilery way of putting this... It's a spoiler.
Mm-hmm.
It's a sequel.
Mm-hmm.
They lied when they said it's a sequel. Like, straight up. It's straight up a sequel. I won't say how, but it's straight up a sequel.
Am I to assume that it's the original game's story plus some?
In a way.
Interesting. Okay.
Like, there was some time fuckery happening.
Gotcha.
Obviously, of course, it's episodic. I don't know if you remember that, but like this is only up. This is like part 1. Like they're doing it in 3 parts. So you won't realize it's a sequel until like the end of this one, because that's when people found out. Oh fuck, this is a fucking sequel. Like you'll start noticing inconsistencies throughout, but
So like retcons.
It would be retcons if it was not a sequel.
Oh.
Because it is a sequel.
Gotcha.
Like, if you want, I can go into more details and say, like, hey, spoilers from here on.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
I don't really care much about the franchise, let alone that game in particular. So, whatever. But for anyone who wants to look that up, hey, you get to play the sequel to Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah,
I guess.
Sequel to all of the entire compilation, like from Crisis Core to Dirge of, like, because those are all 7. Like, I don't know if you knew about. Yeah, there's a bunch of games and whatnot.
Interesting.
Yeah, Actually, and that movie, Advent
There's a
Children.
movie.
Yeah, the Advent Children.
No shit.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, it's a sequel. uh,
Okay,
uh, Dude,
good to know.
Sonic at the Olympic Games Tokyo 2020 came out this year.
I take it back. Cyberpunk has no chance of getting my number one of 2020. How could I forget that that creme de la creme of games, that the magnum opus of gaming? How could I have forgotten
And
the game I already forgot the name
in
of?
all seriousness, fucking Mr. Crab overdoses on ketamine.
Ketamine.
Yeah, that came out.
Yeah, yeah. You make your strong argument. Also, Escape from Tarkov, I believe, officially came out this year. It's out of early access,
Mm.
if I'm not mistaken. At least they better be, because now they're selling DLC
Mm.
for what better be a completed game. I wouldn't know because I haven't played it in months, which I do want to get back into that. That's another reason I was telling you, like, why I want to like upgrade my CPU is because I want to get high frames, like 100 plus
Mm.
for Tarkov and other games, but Tarkov
It's a very demanding game, resource demanding
very
game.
like 60, you can run it just fine. All right, on my CPU, you can run it just fine. My RAM kind of sucks. I have to change that too, but you can run 60 just fine in the game. But I want to run all the frames. I don't want enough frames. I want all the frames.
I'm still looking through all the things I came with.
But yeah, I was saying with the localization speech of Cyberpunk. So what might happen in several different cases is there might be someone who's not a native English speaker that you run into that you won't get a quest from until you speak to them in their language because they don't know your language. And that quest might give you a tip off for an advantage for another quest. So lots of things intermingle in some like small ways and some in larger ways. I guess that there's even some side missions that are optional that can impact the main story depending on how you complete that mission. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean,
And the best selling point is it has Keanu Reeves in it. I mean, just buy the game. It's breathtaking.
the two, Hitman and Hitman 2, the
Mm,
yeah, the new ones, they
mm.
were released in September on the Stadia.
So ignoring dead consoles, um, Hitman 1. Let me tell you about Hitman 1.
Like,
Pretty fun game, but my computer can't run it. It crashes constantly. I'm not sure if it's because the game is unoptimized or if it's just my computer is just a piece of fuck. I don't know. I mean, my solid state drive corrupted and died, right? I
mm,
just have bad luck with hardware.
yeah,
Thankfully, not everything I'm running the stream from my computer, so it's not horribly broken, but some things definitely are not great. I'm gonna introduce a little meme here of Captain Keys talking to Chief. Good to see you, Chief. Things aren't going great.
mm.
Beginning of Halo 1. Everyone needs to play it right now. But play Halo 4 on PC infinitely.
What is today? The 22nd.
Today is the 22nd, yes. So
So
while you're looking up
a lot of
whatever you're
things
looking
came
up,
out on the 10th because the new systems.
mm-hmm. I don't know what you're talking about. Only one system came out on the 10th. The other one came out on the 11th. Staggered releases.
Mm.
I suppose that was smart on their part. Imagine all the not social distancing the sheep in this country will do if both consoles were released in the same day. Imagine just
I
how
mean,
how
Black
much
Black Friday's gonna
kung
happen.
flu it is going to happen, and watch just how much not social distancing and people not wearing a mask is going to happen. It's going to be bad.
That was supposed to come out this year.
What?
Odd how it's still to be announced, even though it's almost December. The I don't know if it's a DLC or if it's actually a sequel, full-blown sequel. Um, but Hollow Knight Silk Song. Hollow Knight, I don't know if you know what that is, but it's
Yeah.
Metroidvania that came out a couple years ago. Fucking phenomenal, like just every way. Um, and yeah, definitely worth a play if you haven't.
Mm.
Anyway, enough of that.
Anyway. I'm out of topics.
Oh.
I'm revealing my hand early. And my hand is that I don't have a hand. Not a sponsor.
So it all comes down to old Jangle.
It always does.
Well, luckily for both of us, I do have a few more topics. Those topics being that I don't have any more topics.
I like it. What's been the story? Why do people watch this?
They don't. Again, they don't.
Yeah, we got 2 viewers that are totally not us monitoring the stream.
I don't know. Allegedly, we've had some people join.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. I know. He's a cookie. You can see him right there. He's sleeping.
No,
He blends in with the couch.
yes, I can only see his paws, but
Yeah.
totally just cannot see him. He's just too Spanish word for black.
Okay.
He's just too hard to see. He really is. I mean, look, he blends right into the shadow of that chair. It looks like it's just the light's not hitting it.
It does. Yeah, he blends in.
And there's already reflections like shining on the chair, so it looks like that could be mistaken for if you didn't have like that good of a bit stream. Oh, the chair moved.
Come here. Come here, Nums. Come here.
He's like, nah, man, fuck you. I'm sitting on the chair. That's a good num-nums.
Good nums. In fact,
Mm.
Yeah, much better.
Mm-hmm. That's a good meow.
He's a good man. Get it, Chad. Go get it. What is it, Chad? Get it, Nums. This has become cat stream now. Get it, Chad.
We need the filler.
What you doing? What you doing, Nums? No, you gotta look in the camera.
We need the views.
Oh, that cookie. What you doing? Are you licking it? Nums. Oh,
Jet's
big
gonna
old
solely save this stream.
Yep. You can see Benny. Oh, Benny goes bye bye. Nums. I mean, if I turn on the display, he probably will fuck with it, but he might like be more interested in it because he's. Let me do that. Hi, Nums. Big old bear. Hi, Nums. No, don't leave. Shit.
Mm.
Big ol' beer. El Stanko. Big ol' beer. Big ol' beer. Bop.
Mm.
Mm.
That was a good meow.
Yeah. Smell like ass though.
Mm-hmm.
That did not kill enough time.
No, I did not.
Big ol' beer.
So yeah,
Yeah. You you want to talk more about Sonic the Hedgehog?
I don't think I want to talk about my penis now.
Yeah.
So Sonic 06,
Yeah.
the real magnum opus of gaming, the real apex of gaming's
God
existence.
damn it. Fucking stupid.
It was on Dreamcast, right? I'm not just imagining that. I think I played it on Dreamcast.
Sonic 06?
Yeah, because I know it came out in 360, but I think it came out as like the one of the latest releases on Dreamcast.
I guess. I actually don't know what generation the Dreamcast was on. Was that the same as PS2 and 360? Actually, no. 360 was a
And it was
PS3
out
era.
at the time of the PS1. But I know that they still like I mean they stopped like I think 3 years ago, but up till 3 years ago they were still making PS2 games. Like EA and like 2K were making PS2 games because people were buying them.
It was on the PlayStation 3 and the 360. It was not on the Dreamcast.
Okay. There was one Sonic I played on the Dreamcast
Sonic Adventure?
that had like I wouldn't call it an open world because I don't remember like specifics, but there was like a 3D walking around in town area
That sounds
that
like
you could
Sonic Adventure.
yeah, probably. I remember that game not being good, but perhaps I wasn't as cultured when I was a kid. Perhaps now I think it's beautiful. Beautiful.
Apparently, the
Beautiful.
last game that was released on the Dreamcast was NHL 2K2 in 2002.
Mm. Now, when was the most recent PS2 game? They were all sports games, but
Um, interesting. Apparently, FIFA 14 Legacy Edition for the PS2 was released on September 27th of 2013.
Hmm. So it was earlier than I thought that they stopped making games, but they for a long time that PS2 had a long fucking run, man.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. PS2's a hard console to beat.
Ignore the music. In fact, mute the video so you do not hear the music at all. But the video.
Okay. Do you want me to play it on stream?
No, I just wanted to show you that. I just personally wanted to show you that video.
With no audio?
You don't want to hear the audio. You don't want to hear the audio. Go ahead. Listen to the audio and then just know that you ignored my warning.
Okay, well, I will mute you temporarily while I do it. And now I understand the joke. Meanwhile, I actually didn't see the title of the... Okay. Let me unmute you now. I see.
Yes, quite.
Yes. Good times, good times. Meat Canyon and uploaded a
We're
new
going
video.
here. Okay. Oh boy.
Everybody loves the Magic School Bus. Check out Meat Canyon for their latest adventure, their escapade into WAP.
Okay.
The kids learn what WAP is.
But why?
Do you know what WAP is? So you do
I
know
don't
about
want to
shitty
know.
music.
I've never heard the song, and I will continue to
Neither
never hear
have
the
I,
song.
but I know what it is.
But I know what it is.
Okay.
And I first learned about it because another person who I do not listen to their music, they were asked, "Are you going to change your name from Fetty Wap because of WAP?" Because now his name means Fetty Wap, when that was not his original intention, I assume. But that is now his name.
Okay.
I learned a lot of things through Twitter. Things that I want to know.
So yeah, all aboard the Magic School Bus. Yeah.
You can put that on stream? Copyright strike?
No. No, because in the video itself he makes a joke about how YouTube is going to make it unavailable. Speaking of Meat Canyon, how about Bugs Bunny being canonically a rapist? Canonically, he
Let's talk about that.
is officially claimed by Warner Brothers to be a rapist.
The big
Because
R.
yes, because
He's giving Happy the Duck a run for his money.
Because they claimed that it was, that the video made by Meat Canyon was their property, and what? Come on, hey, stream. Video,
Yeah, your camera's a
back.
piece of crap.
Yeah, it's back.
Yeah,
they claimed that that character that was shown in that video belongs to them as a trademarked individual, which means that video is canonical, is canon. Good job, Warner Brothers. Good job. Hey, Meat Canyon.
I'd like to think that was intentional. Of someone up in the corporate's like, dude, that would be fucking hilarious if we did this.
Hey, Meat Canyon. Now seems like a perfect time, seeing how it is Warner Brothers we're talking about. Make some Animaniacs shit. The new reboot is on the air. Do something.
He will. He will come through.
Yes.
Just like Bugs Bunny will come through. Have you ever heard that joke? I think it was from Family Guy, where they're like, much like sex with Kobe Bryant, it's going to happen whether you want it or not. I think it was Family Guy that said that on national television. Beautiful.
I don't remember the exact what it was, but I read a awesome joke on Reddit.
Of course you did.
I think it was along the lines of my PC's great and all, but it keeps pulling a Kobe and crashing, or something like that.
Hmm. Going to hell. Going to hell.
Yeah.
Sometimes this world gives us gifts, and sometimes those gifts are cursed, just like
Yes.
us for liking them.
Much like Sonic the Hedgehog and even
I was gonna say
Childish Monkey
much like Meat Canyon.
and Meat Canyon. That is a blessing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Anything else you'd like to talk about?
My impromptu Beyond Light review. The new expansion for Shitstainy too, of course.
Oh, okay. I'm not even gonna bother them. Go ahead.
6 out of 10. Don't care. That's it.
That's a
That's
high
the review.
score.
Mm-hmm.
That's a rather high score.
It is above other DLCs solely because of the raid, and that's it. The story sucked. The destination was all right. You know, it pretty interesting backstory. You know, you learn some things about some characters that you didn't think you were going to.
There's characters in Destiny.
Yeah, like Banshee 44, for instance. I think that's his name, which the 44 or numbers after an EXO stands for how many times they were rebooted. What that basically means is revived. But when they get revived, they lose fragments of their memory. So, much like my solid state drive, the data gets corrupted. but you find out some stuff about certain characters, like the Exo Stranger in Destiny 1, if you recall that character.
I don't
Because I know
remember there
you
being
played
any
Destiny 1.
characters.
Mhm. Well, there are, and they get a lot more fleshed out in Destiny 2. That's why Destiny 2's story generally is just a lot better, especially in Forsaken and beyond, than Destiny 1. But 6 out of 10. And if that raid did not exist, 3 to 10. That raid gives it 3 points. It's pretty good raid. Despite the fact that it's buggy in one particular instance, which took us 6 hours to not beat and then move on. And the reason we didn't beat it is because someone didn't do DPS. Someone did not damage the boss, and we wiped. And yeah, so we did pretty good. All things considered, we got pretty far in the raid. We almost got day 1, which would have gotten us a really cool emblem. Which, if I got that, I could have sold my account for probably like $500, and I would have made some good money, just like I'm going to do when Halo Infinite comes out. I'm gonna sell that reward and make $1,000, which I'm going to put towards my 3090, which I'm not actually going to buy. Too much money. Way too much money. So you know how there are graphics cards. Speaking of 3090, you know how there are graphics cards with water cooling built into them.
Yeah.
I think they're called hybrid cards from EVGA.
Sure.
There is a hybrid card for the 3090, which the MSRP for the base model is $1,500. This version is $2,000 for a graphics card to play video games on. Is that worth it? Absolutely. You need to sell your 2080 Ti right now for how much you can get a 3074 and buy a 3090 with your new stimulus check. What do you say? Pretty good, right? Pretty good offering. Get $500 or less for your 2080 Ti, and then use that 500 or less to get yourself a $2,000 graphics card, which you're never going to fully utilize on any game because you don't even have a 4K monitor. I love it. You look displeased. I bring up a 2080 Ti, and you're like, so we're going there, are we? Yes, I'm devising a plot as we speak, or as you speak. It will be biblical in nature. You will pay. Anyways, so let's talk about your PC. It's almost finished, right? Let's talk about that. How many of your PC parts for your mega PC do you have? So everyone can hear it about your beastly new PC.
Longer it takes, none.
So by that, do you mean that you're gonna sell your 2080 Ti just call it good because you want the money back, or what?
No,
The way you
because,
worded that, it sounds like you're going to have no PC parts if it
well,
keeps going.
the plan was to make, the best fucking thing I could make at the time. But with how long it's taking, the parts that I do have, well, I mean, they're already obsolete in that regard. So,
Please do go on.
no. I don't think I will. Says Captain America at the end of Endgame. No, I don't think I will. Don't make me bring the spray bottle in there. Shitheads.
You know what needs to happen? We need to bring the spray bottle to the company that is animating ReZero so we can get that sub already. I can't wait till January, man. It's killing me. I want to know what happened after Subaru cried like a bitch
Which time?
in front of his harem. In front of his witch harem. Where every single one of them want him for various reasons.
Yeah.
So who do you take? The cannibal or the bitches for various reasons? What would you do with Subaru shoes? Which harem participant would you go with?
Why would I limit myself to just one? In his
Because something tells me they wouldn't go along with that because they each want their own goal that they're using you for, that they are telling you they're using you for. So you get one. But you're saying that you would at least try. You would at least try to get more than one. Because again, they know about your wipe mechanic, right? They know. So it's not like you'd be like, all right, well, that horribly backfired on me. I'll just kill myself and restart because they will know what happened when you do that. So you'd still try.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I see that you are a man of true culture. Or, as the Germans would say, Kultur. That's how they say culture. It's actually spelled weird too. Kulture. Culture. Okay.
I can hear it better with my headphones on.
Hear what?
What I can only describe as domestic abuse.
Wait. I'm not laughing about domestic abuse. It's not funny. It's not funny. It's a joke.
Entertain the audience.
Domestic violence. Okay. So, yeah. Domestic violence is not funny, but if you happen to find it funny, I have a great video that he's going to play on stream 100% without any repercussions. This came from good old Miss Cinema. Jankle, I have a video for you to play on stream with audio. Big ol' Benny.
Big ol' stanky. Benny,
I have a
what?
video for you to play.
Oh, yeah? He loves me.
Yeah, Trey. Yeah, he does. Definitely. Yeah. God help me, please.
Oh, no.
It's not at all relating to domestic abuse. In fact, it's about domestic abuse, but at the end of it, there is a thing saying domestic abuse is bad. Don't be a piece of shit. It's a good message. We should play this on the stream.
What do I feel like I'm gonna regret this?
You will not. You will probably regret this, but probably not. It's a good video. It's a pretty good video.
Good. Now you can't see what I'm doing to Benny. Big ol' stinky.
Big ol' stinky Benny.
How loud is it?
Not bad.
Hello, Benny. Love me. Love me.
Honey?
Oh, Jim, you startled me.
Honey, what the hell?
Sorry?
What the hell? What the hell is this?
That's, it's,
I know what it is, woman. Now, what is it?
well, it looks like...
Looks like,
well...
Go on.
It looks like a sandwich.
Excellent. And who says all housewives know how to do is cook?
But I just...
Be quiet! Now, what day of the week is it? Come on now.
Friday.
Friday.
Is this what you heard?
TG motherfucking IF.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Baby.
is your dilapidated brain starting to piece it together?
Honey, I'm so sorry.
I did not ask for your woman tears. All I asked for on Friday night is...
Pizza.
Now that's right. And I was having a good day until I realized tonight's plans have changed to woman beating.
Please, no.
Oh, please, no. I ask for one thing a week, and what is that?
Pizza.
No, motherfucking good pizza. Now say it.
What?
Say it.
Motherfucking good pizza.
Now let's go.
Motherfucking good pizza.
I work.
Daddy, look what I made in school today.
Shut your fucking mouth. Now your mother forgot to make the pizza
Alex,
again.
go up to your room. Mommy's gonna be okay.
Nah, Not this time. I'ma teach you something about being a man, okay, son?
Okay.
It's called a symbiotic marital relationship. Know what that means?
No.
There might genuinely be some kind of actually domestic violence happening above me.
Do you need to call the police? You
I
should
ain't-
step in if there actually is domestic violence going on.
I ain't that involved.
Piece of shit. TG motherfucking IF.
Okay. That's a video. Yeah. Okay.
You didn't even get to the end of it. You didn't get to
That's fine. I'm fine.
caw like a bird, bitch. Caw like a bird.
Okay.
You didn't get to the end from It's Always Sunny.
But look at me. Look at Big Stinky.
He's a big stinky.
Pickle Stinky. Pickle me. Pickle me. Anyway.
We have managed to fluff this out to an hour and 22 minutes. So
I think this is acceptable.
thank you for now watching, as always.
Thank you for tuning into the Jankle Overheals Domestic Violence, the stream edition. If y'all would like to send us an email, you can at thejankle@gmail.com. You can catch us on our channels, mine being the Jankle at youtube.com or whatever the fuck.
Of which he's been very active recently.
Recently, yes.
Not habitually, but recently.
Yes. You can catch him on Make Halo Great Again. Or you could watch me live whenever I end up streaming live, right here on the Jankle, twitch.com. And I think he also has Twitch, but he might not use it, I don't know. But
Your voice is coming out horribly for some reason.
It's fine. It's only the domestic.
It's great.
Anyway, yeah, that's gonna be it for us tonight. We'll catch y'all next Sunday. Anything else you'd like to add?
Unlike Janko here, if you know about domestic abuse happening, step in, call the police. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good night.
You know, I actually am a victim of domestic abuse.
You're what?
I am a victim
Mm.
of the Jankle abuse.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he abused
He
me.
has bit your balls. Which
Good
you
night,
said is
everybody.
true.
Catch you next time.